Hi, we're back. We're talking small property development with Abe Lee. One question we hear a lot here in Honolulu when people talk about doing extensions or homes, rebuilding homes, is the word grandfathered. People say, well, this home's been grandfathered. Can you kind of explain a little bit about that?
Sure. It's called grandfather or legal non-conforming properties. And let me give you a couple of examples. Let's say you have a 6,000 square foot lot in R5 zone. You only allowed one house. But 50 years ago, 60 years ago, they didn't have any of those zoning rules. So grandma, grandpa built one house, built another house. Or sometimes they moved houses onto the property. And so they have two homes. That's legal non-conforming because you can only have one house. So if one of them burns down, you can't rebuild it.
Because of the zoning and the square footage.
Correct. Okay. So zoning is R5. The minimum lot size for a duplex is 7,500 square feet. You only have 6,000. That's called legal non-conforming. Okay. Now, the other problem that we see is we run into a property maybe 15,000 square feet, and they have 7 homes on the property. And it's R5 zone.
I see quite a few of those.
Yes. Well, that's really legal non-conforming. Because if any of them burn down, only 2 homes can be rebuilt. Because the zoning code says you can build one house, no problem. You can build a second house if you have infrastructure and if you have double the minimum land area or you got the duplex lot size. But the third house, the city and county says you have to subdivide or do some sort of development process. Well, these homes are grandfathered. They're done before the building code or zoning code went into effect. So if you have 7 homes on 15,000 square feet, they were built according to code at the time of construction, but now they're not to current code. So the legal nonconformity would not allow any of those homes to be rebuilt except 2. So if all of them got destroyed, only 2 could be rebuilt.
Are there any protections that someone with the 7 homes could use?
Yeah, they pray a lot.
Okay.
Well, what if there was, for example, 7 homes on the lot and it did have the square footage allowed?
Then what the city does, instead of going to 5,000 square feet on R5 zone land, they give us a break. They use 3,750 square feet to divide into the land area. So on this 15,000 square feet, if you divide it by 3,750, you're allowed 4 homes. Okay. So you multiply the 3,750 by 7, and let's say it's 4,000 just for mathematical purposes, then you get 28,000 square feet of land. 7 homes can be rebuilt, but you have to get a special permit called an existing use permit. And the existing use permit says that if you could prove that they were built according to code at the time of construction, and there's no current building code violations, then you can get an existing use permit and you can stop praying at night. Because if they burn down or destroyed by fire or earthquakes, then you can rebuild all 7 homes. But you have to have the density, which is the land area. You need 28,000 or 3,750 times 7. That's your minimum. And then you have to prove that there's no building code violations. Well, some people, you know, they cockroach an extra kitchen in here, or they build an addition without permits. So in order to get the existing use permit approved, they have to comply with all the codes. And we do this as a specialty. In fact, I love existing use permits. So if any of you have multiple homes on one lot, call me, because I can tell you what can be done with the property.
Well, you just mentioned proving the homes are built to code. Let's say grandma and grandpa built the home 50, 60 years ago. Do records go back that far? And if they don't, what can you do?
Well, they do show whether the homes were there or not. And usually there's tax records because they're billing you for X number of homes. Oh. And sometimes there are permits. We had one where there's 9 homes on one lot on 12 acres of land in town, and the city records only showed 5 homes. But there are physically 9 homes. So we went to the city and said, there are 9 homes, here's the pictures. And we asked the deputy director at the time, what do we do to get it approved? She said, have the oldest living people there sign an affidavit, a notarized affidavit saying we've been here for 70 years and all these homes are there.
Truthfully.
So, yeah. So we got the signatures of the people that 2 or 3 brothers and sisters that grew up on that property for 70 years as tenants. So they went to the city, got it they went to the notary, got it notarized, gave it to the city with the pictures and everything. City recognized 9 homes.
Wow.
So they picked up 4 more houses.
Wow.
Just because of that notarized affidavit. And of course, the homes look old. In fact, they're ready to be torn down. So we proved that they were built, or they were certified that they were there for all those years. And the city said, great, we'll let you have the recognition. So now they can rebuild 9 homes under the existing use permit instead of 5.
Wow, Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we'll continue this right after the message.